now we're at the time where the Hamashiach is getting ready to come.
And hidden riches of secret places, that thou mayest know that I am the Lord.
Last words, brother.
Shalom, ma.
All right.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom. All right. Shabbat shalom, Yasharel.
That's right. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom.
All right. You already know what to do. If you can hear us loud and clear, want to welcome the Brews on this holy Shabbat day. Pray that everybody is blessed. Pray that you are well spiritually rested.
That's
And that
right.
the Most High has been blessing you. You know what you do, man. I'm just going through, highlighting all the brews that are on.
Oh, man.
All right. Yes, sir. All right. Looks like we got a full house today.
All right.
All righty. So we're now going to go to our scripture reading. Going to go to Jubilees chapter 1. And you know how we're going to do?
Chapter 1.
We're going to bring it out and show what's going on with our people. And then, in the future, that's right. In the future, we'll start adding, more scripture readings in as well too, so that you all have more scripture to build precepts off of as well.
That's right, brother.
All righty. You may take the first 7 through 10.
Yep. That'll work for me, brother. That'll work for me.
All righty. Let's get it, Yashira. Y'all already turned to the scriptures already. Jubilees chapter 1, starting with verse 7. And it says, "And do thou write for thyself all these words which I declare unto thee this day, for I know their rebellion and their stiff neck, before I bring them into the land which I swear to their fathers, to Abraham and to Isaac and to Jacob, saying, unto your seed will I give a land flowing with milk and honey." And he did just that. Verse 8, "And they will eat and be satisfied, and they will turn to strange gods." Man, that was a doozy. "To gods which cannot deliver them from aught of their tribulation. And this witness shall be heard for a witness against them, for they will forget all my commandments, even all that I command them, and they will walk after the Gentiles, and after their uncleanness, and after their shame, and will serve their gods, and these will prove unto them an offense, and a tribulation, and an affliction, and a snare." Joshua, when you look at this, and this timeline goes all the way from the beginning all the way to this current day. Because you look at our people now, all these captivities we've been through, and you look how backwards our people are, worshiping these other gods, these religions, and what have you. And it's just like the scripture said, "And many will perish, and they will be taken captive, and will fall into the hands of the enemies." The sub-Saharan slave trade that came in the early 700s, the transatlantic slave trade to this current day, because they have forsaken my ordinances and my commandments, and the festivals of my covenant, and my Shabbats, and my holy place, which I have hallowed for myself in their midst, and my tabernacle, and my sanctuary, which I have hallowed for myself in the midst of the land, that I should set my name upon it, and that it should dwell there. In verse 10, "And they will make to themselves high places and groves and graven images." Our people got these Nimrod trees, these Christmas trees in their homes, and throwing around Easter bunny eggs and all kinds of stuff. Crazy. "And they will worship each his own graven images, so as to go astray, and they will sacrifice their children to demons and to all the works of the error of their hearts." We see that today. You look at Hollywood. Our people would do anything to get some fame, even if it means selling their soul, whether it be the movie industry, the music industry, or whatever. Our people are willing to sell their souls for a morsel of bread.
That's right, man.
Crazy. Take us way out.
All right, Jubilees chapter 1, we're going to start in verse 11. And it says, "And I will send witnesses unto them." All right, so the Most High, he definitely sent witnesses unto his people, right? Those will be the prophets. "That I may witness against them, but they will not hear, and will slay the witnesses also." As we know through the history that many of the prophets of our people, they got slain, right? By our own people, much less. Same way Yahushua was slain by his own people, right? The Herodians, wicked Israelites that had turned away from the truth. Right? And will slay the witnesses also, that they will persecute those who seek the law, and they will abrogate and change everything as to work evil before my eyes. As we continue to go to land in captivity, we're going to do nothing but work evil in the sight of the Lord. And we still haven't turned back to the Lord. If we had, we would have been delivered a long time ago. And I will hide my face from them, and I will deliver them into the hand of the Gentiles for captivity. All right, we already know we've been over here. Slave trade, sub-Saharan, right? The Arab slave trade, and so forth and so on. And for a prey and for a devouring, and I will remove them from the midst of the land, and I will scatter them amongst the Gentiles. And they will forget all my law and all my commandments and all my judgments. And they will go astray as to the new moons. Hey, black folks don't keep the new moon as a whole. Black folks don't keep the Sabbath as a whole. And we don't keep any of the festivals as a whole. We don't keep any of the jubilees or any of the ordinances. Right? We're lost as a people. Right? We're keeping Christmas, Thanksgiving, Halloween, and all kind of other foolishness. Right? That has nothing to do with the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. And after this, they will turn to me from amongst the Gentiles with all their heart and with all their soul and with all their strength. And I will gather them from amongst the Gentiles, and they will seek me, so that I may be found of them when they seek me with all their heart and all their soul. So it says that the Most High is coming back one day when our people turn from their wicked ways and get back to keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. And I will disclose to them abounding peace with righteousness. See, right, this is some of the promises. And I will remove them the plant of uprightness, and with all my heart and with all my soul, and they shall be for a blessing and not for a curse. So we're going to get the first part of the blessings of the curses of Deuteronomy 28. We're going to be above all other nations that will be in the land. We will be the head, and they will be the tail. And they shall be the head and not the tail. And I will build my sanctuary in their midst, and I will dwell with them. And I will be their God, and they shall be my people in truth. And see, that's the key part right there. We're going to be his people in truth and righteousness. It's not going to be any false doctrines or anybody doing whatever the hell they want to do. We're going to be the Most High's people in truth.
That's right.
All right, brother. Go ahead, take us away.
All praises to the Most High. It's the truth.
Oh, I know.
Oh yeah, I think you had something you wanted to.
Oh yeah.
Hey, so we're the title is kind of be like a little another freestyle, but it's title You Can't Beat the Truth. All right, and if you got questions as we go throughout the lessons, you can start building those up and everything. But I just wanted to share something right quick. I want to share a couple of things. Let me go right here. So wisdom is a virtue, y'all. Like this is something that Solomon asked for, but we know what happened in the long run. He ended up let me pull that back up again. Yeah. He ended up misusing it, because he got caught up with all them women and idols and all kinds of crazy stuff. But it says right here, it says the fear of Yahweh is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. Let me back up a little bit. It says the fear of Yahweh is the beginning of knowledge. And how do you gain knowledge? By the keeping of the commandments. But fools despise wisdom and instruction. This is why you can get Pastor Pork Chop, and he can be sitting there telling you that you don't have to keep the laws constantly and have no conscience about it. Those are the kind of people that the scripture speaks of that are going to be punished the worst, because they're leading his shepherd. The shepherd that's supposed to be those folks are leading the sheep astray, the blind leading the blind. Like no man, there's nowhere in scripture that told you that you have to go follow some man and worship in a church building. If you can read and write, there's no reason why you should be following any man. You know what I'm saying?
Figure it out, man.
It's crazy. I'm gonna show. Let me show one more scripture right quick, and then I'll turn it back over to you. Let's go to Jeremiah, because man, our people, we gotta have it, and this is gonna hit. This is kind of hit home with the video that brother's gonna show as well too. Oh, man, our people our people love following man for some reason. They love to, have the rank, man, and I don't know what it is, man. I guess they love the attention.
Man, bring it out, brother.
It says, "Thus says Yahweh, cursed be the man that trusts in man and makes flesh his arm, and whose heart departs from Yahweh." We're not supposed to be following no flesh and blood. That's why the scripture says we worship the Father in truth and in spirit by keeping the commandments.
That's right.
You got anything?
Nah. Well, you know what? I got a little video. It's going to be like a little jokey video. I wanted to show the Hebrews, right? This is I just got to saw this. I guess a little. What do you call it? Like a little short has been going around on YouTube or whatever, or like TikTok. And I saw this dude named Drewski, right? He had a like skit of the Hebrews, right? I guess he's like doing a skit of IUIC, I'm supposing. But right, y'all got to realize like this is what this is what those camps have turned the Most High's, holy law, statutes, and commandments and ways into, right? And then like, and then like when you look at this stuff, that nobody wants to be a part of that. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody's wanted, nobody's want to be dealing with none of this stuff. It's funny now. I'm not gonna lie, man. I laugh. I'm laughing. Pretty sure as many of you gonna laugh, but I thought it was funny. But still, though,
hey, put a one in the box if you've seen that, or if you know who the guy is, that comedian Drew. Because I didn't know who he was until Ak showed me. I was like, dang. I ain't gonna lie. I thought it was AI at first, and then Ak was like, no, it's real, man. It's this guy, this comedian. And then he goes around and mocks these camps, man.
Man, it's funny, man. I'm gonna play the video. Let me see. Make sure you got a volume.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. You got a volume thing. All right, hold up.
You have to probably start it over from the beginning.
That's right. 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 Receive this word, my man. That's right. That's right. That's right. You celebrate Christmas, don't you, brother? Yes, you do. That is a white holiday. White holiday? Black power. Black is power. Black power. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. Black is power. Black is power. Brother, can I speak to you, please, brother? Lost another. Do you feel as this is right? Yeah, it's my girl, bro. Boys, you need to come join us, bro. That's right. You need to come join us. That's right. That's right. We are not equal. We are. That's right. Our ancestors did not live for this. That's right. Poison. Poison! 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 You will not stop our brothers or sisters from the Constitution. That's right! That's right! I'd rather be in the cell than to be in hell. That's right! Free man! Free man! Free man! Free man! Free man! Free man! That's right! John in the window, chapter 16. That's right. And
John in the window.
Will beneath. Okay? Beneath emancipated souls. That's right! That's right!
How can I help you, sir?
I do not need help. I will assist myself. What form of payment for this, please?
Easy for you.
Is it because my skin is black?
We out here bringing our people back to the law, statutes, and commandments, man. We do not follow rules made by white men. Damn right. We do not follow rules made by white men. You are not a sister, and you will not proceed to be a sister.
I'm sorry.
That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. Who is your master? Who is your master? What y'all doing after? Is that a part of something? What's your name in fantasy?
Marley.
You know how they going over the scandals?
Black man.
Yeah.
That's right.
Hey, you know how the scandals, how they get caught in the club, doing all kind of crazy stuff.
Yeah, I know. Yep. Because you had you got them for who's that group Gorilla Gorilla Hebrew group, man, that was in the strip club.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. You know what I'm saying, man? That's just pure carnal wickedness, man. And that's why I wanted to read, man, Jeremiah 17:5, because You know, too many of our people, man, they caught up in flesh.
Con.
Caught up in flesh. The only difference is you calling yourself Hebrew Israelites, but you about as just as probably even worse than the heathens, man.
Mhm.
It's the same thing with our forefathers, man.
Well, I thought I'd
To
play
my
that
lip.
for like a joke.
Yeah.
I got a more
Yes.
serious note. Let me see.
You know they probably responded now. You know they probably out there like trying to play the victim now. Like, look at these guys mocking us, man. They mocking the prophets, man. They gonna be in trouble. They mocking the prophets.
Oh, you know, them boys, they got a lesson. Them boys,
I'm pretty sure they do.
they done formulated a lesson. It might be
I'm pretty
that
sure.
this last part is a little lengthy, right? But this is an example that I wanted to show of back in the day of when our you know, when our people were a little bit stronger, right? We had you know, a sense of self. And then I want to show you like the contrast of like, you know, how it was back in these days when we were really coming up compared to you know, how it is now. Hold on, let me
Bring it
get this
out.
thing
Bring it
here,
out.
so-
Up. Yep.
Basically black. What you do is react, sometimes radically. Here is a measure of the reaction to white is beautiful. This is a storefront school in Philadelphia. The children are being given a black preparation before they enter the city's schools. They're not especially gifted children, they're just from the neighborhood. One black man named John Churchville put it all there in finance.
Right? You understand that? Yeah. All right. A number is a concept of quantity or an amount. That is wrong.
No.
A number is a concept of quantity or an amount. That is dead wrong.
He's not only teaching new math to children whose ages range from 17 months to 5 years, he's decided to give them the emotional armor they need to protect themselves against the education they're sure to receive when they start kindergarten.
Anybody tells you something wrong, are you going to do it?
No.
All right. What do you want, Janelle?
I want freedom.
When do you want it?
I want my freedom now.
No, you have to wait till next week, Janelle. You can't have it now. Can you wait till next week?
Okay. Did y'all hear what she was saying? What was that little girl saying? Like, write it down in the comment section. You can hear what she was saying, what she wanted, and what our mind frame was in these particular days. Right. There weren't, you know, they're not in there singing Nicki Minaj or, you know, My Booty Hole Brown or any of that old crazy stuff. That's right. That's right, brother. Yeah, that's right. Right. She's on the mind frame of I want freedom. Look how young this child is, 4, 5, and their brains are already being molded into a fashion of excellence, of trying to come up. Right. This is not the same type of education that we're doing today. Right. You have heathens raising up your children. This is in a classroom with a man that's teaching. Right. The man is teaching. I'm gonna let it continue to play, and I want y'all to see how this thing plays out. Man, this is powerful.
Hey, before you play, I wanted to add on something. So,
ahead,
you know, look back in those days too. You know, what kind of parent homes did they have back then? Think about it. Back then, in those days, they had 2 parent homes.
Facts. What the?
Stand up. When do you want your freedom, young man?
I want freedom now.
You can wait till next week, though, can't you?
No.
Michael, you just have to wait till next week. You can't have it now. Are you willing to wait till next week?
No.
Suppose I said that you have to wait till next week. Now, you're going to wait till next week, aren't you?
No.
How are you going to get your freedom?
I will use any means necessary to get my freedom.
Any means necessary?
Yes.
Raising up soldiers right here, man. Raising up soldiers. Man,
See,
imagine
this
it was
is
like
why-
it's about the commandments.
Yeah, this is why, like during this era, this is why it was easy for revolutions to begin in the first place, and this is why people have that freedom sense of mind because of the, you know, just of the moral values that our people had even back then, and having that 2-parent home and just their environment around them, they didn't have all this junk that they have now. Like Brother Aton was saying, it was just, man, even the moral differences you can see between night and day between back then and now.
We had wisdom these days. Wisdom has fled from our people.
How are you going to get your freedom?
I will use any means necessary to get my freedom.
Any means necessary?
Yes.
All right, sit down. Young man, what is your name?
My name is Eric Houston.
Levante. What is your nationality?
My nationality is Afro-American.
What is freedom?
Freedom is black power.
What is black power?
Black power is...
Do you know what black power is?
No.
Well, then you should never make any statements if you don't know what they mean.
I'm sorry, I don't know.
All right. How old are you, young man?
I am 4 years old.
You're not 4, Eric. Now you tell me your right age. How old are you? How old are you?
I am 4 years old.
Are you sure you're 4?
Yes.
You're going to let me turn you around and tell you you're some other age? You're 6 years old, Eric.
No.
I can't hear you, Eric.
No.
Are you being frightened by me?
No.
I'm a teacher. I said you're 6.
I am 4 years old.
All right, then. You stand up for it, then. You shouldn't be weak. You stand up and say it. You ought to scream it in my face if I try to tell you different, right?
Yes.
Have a seat. Stand up, young man.
That's a powerful, right? Are we doing stuff like that, right? Right. This is a school taught by our people for our people to teach our people how to navigate this civilization that we're in. You don't have somebody making up the rules for you and telling you this and telling you that. This is how you're supposed to build a society. Now imagine, right, this is being taught with the knowledge of the laws, statutes, and commandments. This is with the watered down doctrine of Christianity that our people was able to string together this much. Imagine if we was keeping the true doctrine.
Man, what's crazy, prior to integration, when our people were being taught by their own, that's the way it was designed. Like, you can't, when a heathen teaches your child, man, when the integration happened, that was the worst thing that happened, and our people didn't even want that. It was the white liberals and a few knuckleheads, coons that wanted that. But it was mostly the white liberals that was really pushing that. And that's why they got Martin Luther King as a champion. But now that our kids, ever since integration, our kids are being taught by these heathens, man, they don't understand our people. They don't understand the learning patterns. They don't understand how our children learn. And now, it's like they cast them off now as, learning disabilities. They put them in special ed. It's crazy. And that was the worst thing that could have happened to us was integration.
Man, right. This is how we're supposed to be learning right here as a people. All right.
You a flunky, Travis?
No.
What are you?
I am black and beautiful.
And what else are you? Are you a boy?
No.
What are you?
I'm a man.
What kind of man?
Black and beautiful man.
Or what kind? Are you an old man or a young man?
Young man.
Very good. Very good. Are you going to let somebody just make you a boy?
No.
All right. Suppose I tell you something wrong, Travis. Are you going to do it?
Yes.
You're going to do something if I tell you when it's wrong?
No.
Have a seat, young man. Eric?
Wait, I want to also show that, you see how impressionable these kids are, right? They don't really understand, but these are what's going on when we have broken homes and you're sending your children off to these daycares. You got these damn heathen raising up the children, and then you don't have the regular father around the children, and there's things like this, man. These children are easily influenced to do wickedness if they're not being brought up and taken care of right. You can see how easily. Thank God we have somebody here that is of of a good nature that's teaching these kids something positive, right? But just imagine what they're going through today, especially when those teachers that are pushing for transgenderism and homosexuality in the classroom and got all these strange books in there. Got your sons and daughters reading, what happens when David kisses Danny and all this other, you know what I'm saying? This is easily impressionable.
That's crazy, man.
Right? This is why we should be raising our own children, having 2-parent households, having, you know what I'm saying? Like, because if we don't, they get them at these ages when they're very impressionable, when it's very easy to mold who they become.
Man, this era seems like a whole different dimension, man. Like when you look back on that, and I remember growing up, we had trades in the school. Trades are the carpenters, plumbers, and different automotive. You had all that stuff. They started taking those out of schools in the mid 90s. In the South, it was like right before like the late 90s in the South. They just started taking all the trades because they knew that, man, our people were taking those trades and they were being able to support themselves, because you can't go wrong with a trade. You got a trade, man. You can work for yourself.
That's right. Lock it in.
Yep.
Come here. Here you are, fine young man, right?
Yeah.
Are you going to be scared of me?
No.
Are you going to be scared of some president of the United States?
No.
Some mayor?
No.
Some policeman?
No.
All right. You're a Negro. Yes! You're a Negro, Eric.
No.
Somebody pass me my stick. I said you're a Negro, boy.
No.
You're getting mighty soft. You're a Negro.
No.
Very good. All right, sit down. You, young.
This is the point in time, almost right. Tell him he's but this is good. And he needs to know that he's an Israelite. But this is where it starts right here. That's where these heathens teach their kids.
Your nationality is American Negro. Yes.
No.
Your nationality. Now look, don't play with me. You're a Negro.
No.
I am.
No.
Suppose I threatened to beat you. What would you say? Aren't you a Negro now?
No.
What are you?
I'm black and beautiful.
What is your nationality?
My nationality is Afro-American.
Suppose I had some money in my pocket. Suppose I gave you $1 to say that you're an American Negro. This is money now. Money talks. Money talks. This $1. And if you don't say it, you don't get it. You're an American Negro, aren't you?
No.
You won't have any money. You know you need money, don't you?
Yeah.
You need money to live, don't you?
Yeah.
All right. All you have to say, Leon, is that you're an American Negro. Aren't you an American Negro? Are you an
Hey, stop
American
right there for a minute, Doc.
No.
Yeah, I was about to stop it after he got done actually saying, confirming that he wasn't going to buck. You know what I mean? That he wasn't going to, he wasn't going to go along with it.
See, this is what we need, man, because like our kids today are not taught this, and
right.
I'll give you an example. You look at the hip hop world, right? And a lot of our people, man, all they want to do is to be rappers, man. It's quick money. They want to get into the rap game. And then you get these people to come along, man, these top tier guys. It's like, hey, man, we'll pay you all this money, but you're gonna have to throw in some lyrics, man, some negative lyrics, down to your people and glorifying criminal activity.
Man,
that's what we want. But we'll give you we'll give you money. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We're not being taught this anymore. This is something now, man. Our people will jump at the man. They'll just jump at the moment. They don't care because they don't have that. They don't have those values in them. Because how can you, man, when you're raised in a household without men?
That's right. Nowadays, they'll be taught to take the $1 and say you're a Negro. Take the $1 and say you're a Negro. Don't worry about it. Take the money. But not all money is good money.
Mm-hmm. Especially if you grew up in not having any money. You grew up poor, and I mean, a couple of $1 million is going to seem like a lot of money to you.
All right.
What's your nationality?
My nationality is Afro-American.
Very good, man. Keep it up. Go sit down.
Hebrew Israelite.
You had to think about that a minute, didn't you?
Yeah.
All right. All right, everybody. What is your nationality?
My nationality is Afro-American.
Good. All right. What will do to you in different ways when you get out of the school? They're not going to just come right up to you and give you $1, or say, if you say that you're an Afro-American, if you say you're an American Negro, I'll give you $1. But they're going to be very nice to you, some of them, and they're going to try to, get you not to love black people. They're going to try to get you to, be something other than you are. They're going to try to make it seem as though you're different from the masses of black people. And they want you to go away. Now, I'll tell you, I'll give you special things if you just come along with me and do what I say. But you must reject that. Now, you know what that means? That means you're not going to have the money you'd like to have, and money is not important. We need money. We have to buy things with it, but money is.
Notice that we don't have these kind of schools today that teaches our kids these things, right? They don't want this. This is the heathens. They don't want this, right? They don't want us standing on our own too. They want us always to be the peasants on our knees, sticking out there with our hands out.
Yeah, and it's crazy, man. Like
the only thing that makes
people who are homeschooling their kids now. I'm talking about our people. Man, Congress passed a law a while back ago. I gotta look it up, but it has to you now have to anything that you teach your child, it has to be monitored or either listed or written out. So they even tracking what homeschools are teaching now. So I mean that's just how bad, man, they're trying to get into your business.
Yeah, they're trying to control what you teach your own kid. Like, that's my progeny.
Exactly, and the privacy in your own home.
Worth living is being a man and being a woman. Reject that. Now, you know what that means? That means you're not going to have the money you'd like to have, and money is not important. We need money. We have to buy things with it, but money is not the thing that we're living for. The only thing that makes a person worth living is being a man and being a woman, being strong in character, being straight, telling the truth, and living in the truth, and doing the right thing. You understand?
Obeying the law, statutes, and commandments.
So no matter what happens, I want you all to always tell the what? You may not get the marks you're supposed to get in school. You may be doing the work, but because the teacher doesn't like your attitude, and she'll always tell you, I don't like your attitude. Because you're independent, but you're not going to school for grades. You're going for what?
Yeah.
All right. And what kind of people is everybody in this room going to be? Tell me the kind of people you're going to be.
Black and blue.
What else? You're already that. What are you going to be? You're going to be stupid?
No.
What kind of people are you going to be?
Excellent.
You're going to be excellent. And what else? Yes, ma'am.
Strong.
And strong. And what else?
And good.
And good. And what else?
And genius.
And a genius. And what else? I'm looking for another word. All of you are geniuses right now, and you'll be better than that. What else? I'm looking for a word that begins with a B. Brilliant. Brilliant. And brilliant really means to shine. And all of you will shine. All of you are really going to be brilliant. Good enough. All right. How does everybody feel now? You ready to get ready for lunch?
Yeah!
Who's hungry?
Well, it's kind of like brainwashing. Or is it? I mean, can you blame us for overcompensating? I mean, when you take the way black history got lost, stolen, or strayed, when you think about the kids drawing themselves without faces, and when you remember the fine actors who had to play baboons to make a buck, I guess you got to give us a sin of pride. Pride. Hubris in the original Greek. It's 300 years we've been in this American melting pot, and we haven't been able to melt in yet. And that's a long wait. Listen, we've been trying all kinds of parts to make the American scene. We've been trying to play it straight and white, but it's been just bit parts. Now, from now on, we're going to play it black and American, because we're proud of both. Hubris. I'm Bill Cosby, and you take care of yourself.
Only thing I hate, man, is I just wish that our people knew who they were back then, you know? Oh, man, I would have been proud. They would have understood why, you know, that we're hated by all nations. But even then, you know, they still had that sense. We don't have what they had back then, you know, even though they didn't know who they were, but they were, man, they had more wisdom, more values, and they were a lot stronger mentally, you know, than we are today.
Facts, man. All right. Man, that's, you know, man, you can just see how far people have how far we've strayed, right, from beginning to start going the right way, right? Because we were starting to get to the right way, right? We were on the way there. All right, so, you know, and then this all happens because of the lack of wisdom, all right? Because wisdom has fled our people. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 4. I'm going to start at verse 8. I'm going to read, I'm going to go to Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 4. I'm going to read to, we're going to go to also Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7 as well. I'm going to start at verse 8. It says, "For honorable age is that which standeth, is not that which standeth in length of time, nor that is measured by a number of years." Right? So it says, honorable age is not measured within a length of time. So it doesn't matter how long you live, right? Man, you could be 25 years old or you could be 45 years old, right? It only matters how you live that particular life of those years, what makes it honorable, right? It says, "But wisdom is the gray hair unto men, and an unspotted life is old age," right? An unspotted life, a life without sin. "He pleased God and was beloved of him, so that living among sinners he was translated. Yea, speedily he was taken away, lest that wickedness should alter his understanding, or deceit beguile his soul." All right. Now I wanted to stick on that part right there. It says, "Yea, speedily he was taken away, lest wickedness should alter his understanding, or deceit beguile his soul." And as we spend time here on this earth, we're going to be constantly surrounded by wickedness.
Facts.
And see, if we don't stick, this is why it's important to get your reps in on these laws, statutes, and commandments. Get your reps in with these scriptures, right? Because if you don't, you will be a person that will be beguiled by wickedness. Because even the most righteous, it says that what? He was speedily taken away, lest his wickedness should alter his understanding. Wickedness can alter your understanding. It could proceed. It can therefore also stray your view. It could skew your view as to how to apply wisdom to your life. It says, "For bewitching of naughtiness doth obscure things that are honest. And the wandering of concupiscence does undermine the simple mind. But being made perfect in a short time, fulfilled a long time, for his soul pleased the Lord. Therefore has he to take him away from among the wicked. This the people saw and understood it not, neither laid up this they in their minds, that his grace and mercy is with his saints, and that he had respect unto his chosen." And what does that mean? And who are the chosen of the Most High? Right? Who are the chosen of the Most High, Israel? The chosen of the Most High, those that keep the law, statutes, and commandments. Those are the ones that do the Most High's ways. Hey, brother, you want to bring something else before I continue on to 20?
Oh, bring it out, brother.
Come on. It says, "Thus the righteous that is dead shall condemn the ungodly that are living." All right? It says, "Thus the righteous that are dead shall condemn the ungodly which are living. And the youth that is soon perfected, the many years and old age of the unrighteous." Right? So that means that the righteous brothers, King David, right? Brother Samuel, the prophets, all those of our ancestors that are dead right now, right? Their lives and their actions of being righteous, they condemn your wickedness. Because they've done it. They've shown that it's possible. And I'm sure in those times it was a lot harder to keep the law, statutes, and commandments than it is now. Because spiritual powers in those days were at an all-time high. It says, for they shall come, right? It says, for they shall see the end of the wise, and shall not understand what God in his counsel hath decreed of him, and to what end the Lord has set him in safety. That means that it's going to become a time that the wisdom of the scriptures is going to be a foreign thing. You're not going to understand the laws of God. You're not going to understand the judgments of God. I would dare say that we're in this time now, that people don't truly understand the judgments of God. They shall see him and despise him, but God shall laugh them into scorn, and they shall hereafter be a vile carcass and a reproach among the dead forevermore. For he shall rend them and cast them down headlong, and they shall be speechless, and he shall shake them from the foundation, and they shall be utterly laid waste and be in sorrow, and their memorial shall perish. And when they shall cast up the accounts of their sin, they shall come with fear, and their own iniquities shall convince them to their face. So if you don't have wisdom, and that starts with what? The knowledge of the Most High. As we're going to find out that as we read Wisdom of Solomon, right? We're going to go through all the Wisdom of Solomon. Hey, brother, I'm going to read 10 verses and you pick up 10 verses and let's just go back and forth.
All right, just let me know. Yep.
All right, Con, right? Because without wisdom, right? Wisdom is the forefront of everything, right? Without your ability to apply the knowledge that you learn, you're going to be poor in spirit and poor in the physical world. It says, I myself also am a mortal man, like to all, and the offspring of him that was first made of the earth. And in my mother's womb was fashioned to be flesh in the time of 10 months, being compacted in blood of the seed of man, and the pleasure that came with sleep. And when I was born, I drew in the common air. It fell upon the earth, which is like of nature. And the first voice which I uttered was crying, as all others do. I was nursed in swaddling clothes, and that with cares. For there is no king that had any other beginning of birth, which is true. For all men have one entrance into life, and light going out. Wherefore I prayed, and understanding was given me, and I called upon God, and the spirit of wisdom came to me. This is what we should be praying for. The spirit of wisdom, that it would come and visit each and every one of us. I preferred her before scepters and thrones and esteemed riches, nothing in comparison of her. Neither compared I unto her any precious stone, because all gold in respect of her is a little sand, and silver should be counted as clay before her. I loved her above health and beauty, and chose to have her instead of light. For the light that cometh from her never goeth out. Now, I want you to understand. Now, this is how strong wisdom is, right? This whole chapter right here is going to give you an idea of how important and how strong wisdom is, and that how you should be applied it within your life. All right, hold up real quick. Let me scroll up to 11 so you can take over. All right.
Are we good? All right. It says, all good things together come to me with her. And it's not talking about some woman, y'all. It's talking about wisdom. All right. I've heard Bruce try to use this to say that the Holy Spirit is this is the Holy Spirit, and talking about some big hip females, a doggone woman. It's crazy. It says, all good things together come to me with her, and innumerable riches in her hands. Right? That's wisdom. That's wisdom. I mean, that's like you can't imagine the power that the Most High gives you when you're faithful to His laws, commandments, and statutes, and the wisdom He gives you from that. It's uncompared to anything on this earth. And it goes on to say, and I rejoiced in them all, because wisdom goeth forth before them, and I knew not that she was the mother of them. I learned diligently and do communicate her liberally. I do not hide her riches, for she is a treasure unto men that never faileth, which they that use become the friends of God, being commended for the gifts that come from learning. It's powerful,
Man.
wisdom about learning. You know, that right there. No wonder King David, man, was so close to the Most High, because he understood the secret things of the Most High. It says, God hath granted me to
Hold
speak
up,
as
real
I
quick. For a second, Salakia, man, because I wanted to go back over 11 and 12, right? Those two scriptures right there are truly powerful when it speaks about how important wisdom is. It says, all good things together came to me with her. That means all good things came together from wisdom. It says, and innumerable riches in her hands. So without wisdom, you will not be able to accumulate innumerable wisdom. Innumerable riches. And I rejoiced in them all, because wisdom goeth before them, and I knew not that she was the mother of them. Meaning that wisdom is the mother of all of these good things. Yep. Like without wisdom, you're not going to be able to come up. You're not going to be able to achieve your goals. You're not going to be able to set out a path and set out a course and do what you need to do successfully without wisdom. Wisdom is that key. It's going to be that putty that holds everything together. Wisdom is that foundation that carries you to the next level. It's lucky. Go ahead, Doc.
Hey, go ahead and scroll up to 15.
God.
And I'll start with 15. It says, God hath granted me to speak as I would, and to conceive as if meet for the things that are given me, because it is He that leadeth unto wisdom and directeth the wise. So that's powerful, man. Like that's why a lot of these Sunday churches, man, they don't have wisdom. They can't even attain it. Why? Because they're not in the truth. They're not keeping the commandments. So why would the Most High, devote unto them wisdom? It says, for in His hands are both we and our words, all wisdom also, and knowledge of workmanship. For He hath given me certain knowledge of the things that are, namely, to know the world was made, and the operation of the elements. It's talking about nature itself, the luminaries, how they rotate around the earth in the circle. So at the beginning, ending, and midst of the times, the alterations of the turning of the sun and the change of seasons.
That's a cut. The turning of the what out? Not the earth don't turn, the sun turns.
The turning of the sun and the change of the seasons. That's right. That is definitely a cut, man. For those who want to say that the earth is going around the sun. Come on now.
Come on, man.
It says the circuits of years and the positions of stars. It's talking about the luminaries.
That's right.
Because there's a lot of things that we have lost in the lessons of the luminaries, that our forefathers completely understood. It says the natures of living creatures and the furies of wild beasts, the violence of winds and the reasonings of men, the diversities of plants and the virtues of roots. And all such things are either secret or manifest. Them I know. He's talking about like there's a lot of things in nature. Like when you study nature itself and you study the way I live off grid, y'all. So I stay in a rural area. So I'm constantly, especially on the Shabbat, I'm studying nature. I'm studying the behavior of birds, and at night I study the rotations of the luminaries. It's amazing, man. It's just a level of wisdom that the Most High gives you. And I can see why we will spend the rest of eternity learning his great works.
God. Verse number 22, right? It says, for wisdom, which is the worker of all things, taught me. For in her is an understanding spirit holy, one only, manifold, substantial, lively, clear, undefiled, plain, not subject to hurt, loving the thing that is good, quick, right? Loving the thing that is good and quick, which cannot be leaded, which cannot be like blooded out, or, you know, cannot be blooded out. Ready to do good, right? A person that is ready to do good, that is charity, right? Some people, I had my cousin here, he sent me this verse that was in Corinthians, and it was basically saying that if a person helped out somebody, right, and then they didn't do it with charity, then you know, it's wickedness, sort of, right? So the way he didn't understand, the way that he was bringing out the scripture, he didn't really understand what it meant. And then what charity is the goodwill to want to do something. So let's say, for example, if an elderly person, right, he asks you to cut his grass, or he needs his grass cut, right? Now, if you do it, but if you do it in a begrudgingly manner, right, then that's not righteous, right? But if the elderly man asks you to do it and you want to do it out of a good spirit and out of a good will, because you see that he's elderly and this is something that he would have a hard time doing, and out of your good soul you want to do it, now that is charity, right? Now that's two different types of feeling, but that's the scriptures was making a differential between the two, right? How one is righteous and how one is wicked, right? It says, kind to man, steadfast, sure, free from care, having all power, overseeing all things, and going through all misunderstanding, pure and most subtle spirits. For wisdom is more moving than any motion. She passeth and goeth through all things by reason of her pureness. Right, soak that in right quick. It says, for wisdom is more moving than any motion. She passeth and goeth through all things by reason of her pureness. Anything that we have today, especially these civilizations that we have built all across the earth, right? This has all been built by some form of wisdom, right? Rules, regulations, all these type of things, they've all been built and maintained by some sort of wisdom. Wisdom is passing through it and going through everything. It says, for she is the breath of the power of God and the pure influence flowing from the glory of the Almighty. Therefore, can no defiled thing fall into her. Wisdom is what created the earth. God had to know that, you know, he had to create the sun for heat, and the flowers to you know, to give off, you know, carbon monoxide, and you know, and all of this stuff in the trees. We get oxygen, and you know, and we get the whole environment. All this is wisdom. You know, this is just isn't happenstance or the Big Bang, you know, like these heathen like to tell you, or you know, you can got you know, apes evolving from monkeys and all kind of wild stuff. This is wisdom. This is a well sought out plan.
Man, this also lets you know that the Most High is the greatest mathematician. Because think about it, like everything's about timing, and the way he has set the earth and that the luminaries is all on a time sequence. If you really think about it,
God, man.
That's wild, man. Even when we're born, what the Most High says, I knew you before you were born. I knew thee. That's wild.
God says, for wisdom is more moving than any motion. She passeth and goeth through all things by reason of her pureness. For she is the breath of the power of God and the pure influence flowing from the glory of the Almighty. Therefore, can no defiled thing fall into her. For she is the brightness of the everlasting light, the unspotted mirror of the power of God and the image of his goodness. And being but one, she can do all things and remain in herself. She maketh all things new, and in all ages entering into holy souls, she maketh them friends of God and prophets. For God loveth none but him that dwelleth with wisdom. You hear that? So God don't love fools. God loveth none but him that dwelleth with wisdom, because those that have wisdom, what? They know to keep the laws, statutes, and commandments.
Fact.
For she is more beautiful than the sun, and above all, the order of the stars being compared with the light, she is found before it. For after this cometh night, but vice shall not prevail against wisdom. Right? Nothing can prevail against wisdom. What you're supposed to make wisdom akin to what a woman is really supposed to be to a man. You're a helper. You're a helpmeet. Right? Something that's there that can never do you wrong, like the Proverbs 31 says, right? Keep your heart safe. Make sure that you pass through, help you along the way. This is what wisdom is. Right? Wisdom is a stronghold. Go ahead, Brother Dave. Yeah,
All right, scroll up at 23. All right.
No. It don't go up no more. That's it. It's just 30. It's just 30.
Okay. We start from 23?
No. It's just 30 verses. I read all of them.
Okay, you got it.
All right, brother.
That's powerful, man. And this is why it really pays to keep the commandments. You know, this is why, you know, we as a people, especially in these days that we're living in. You know, Brother Eitan brought out something earlier. You know, it was probably, and he's not making that a fact, but he's just saying it was probably harder for them to keep the commandments back then, because if you think about the power our people had, you know, the scripture speaks of men of renown. All right. And these people had the ability to do certain things that we can't do today. You know, knowing what the elements and things like that, roots and what have you. They probably had hallucinogens that was probably so strong to have you astral traveling somewhere, man. But you know, we don't, you know, and I can see how the rebellion back then, especially in the back during the days of Noah, would be more would be a lot stronger, considering only 8 people were saved, only 8 souls were saved. You know, the rebellion, man, must have had to been intense, like so intense, man, that even when the Most High shook the whole earth, and all the wisdom that these brothers had, man, with Noah, Methuselah, and whoever else was helping out, man, with the message to get these people to repent. Now that's some serious rebellion, man. To go against the Most High like that, especially back in those days, when you knew the earth was getting ready to be destroyed by a flood.
Man, I want to show you something, right? Just to show y'all, right, that you know, like powers were, you know, they had powers back in those days, right? That you know, that you could just see for yourself. So, you know, back in these days, to follow the Most High and the Lord, right? This is why the Lord had to do miracles and things like this to get our people to follow along, right? Because you had all kinds of stuff that these folks could do, right? The spiritual power against the pineal gland and all this other stuff. It was open, you know. So it was probably like, you know, on the way from being closed fresh from the flood. It says when Exodus chapter 7, for example, right? It says when Pharaoh shall speak it to you, saying, show a miracle for you, right? So these are so-called miracles. Show a miracle for you. Then thou shalt say unto Aaron, take thy rod and cast it before Pharaoh, and it shall become a serpent, right? So this will be considered a miracle back in these days, the spiritual power. And Moses and Aaron went into Pharaoh and did so as the Lord had commanded, and Aaron cast down his rod before Pharaoh and before his servants, and it became a serpent, right? So boom, right before him, a magic trick, a miracle happened. Then Pharaoh also calls the wise men. Now, what did we just get done reading about? Wisdom, right? On how putting wisdom forth can allow you to do all manner of works, right? Then the Pharaoh also calls the wise men and the sorcerers, now the magicians of Egypt. And they also did in like manner with their enchantments, for they cast down every man his rod, and they became serpents. But Aaron's rod, okay, but we all know what that, and Aaron's rod swallowed up their rods, means that the Most High is the originator of their power, right? So of course the Most High's serpent is going to swallow up all their other serpents, right? But this is just goes to show you that the type of powers that were going on back in those days. It said that the wise men, the sorcerers, and the magicians of Egypt, they all threw down their rods. They were able to make it turn into a serpent.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
And keep in mind,
heathen with spiritual power.
Yep.
Go ahead, Al.
And keep in mind, they did this for all the 10 plagues. So when, like for lice, the wise men, again, they tried to use their magic, use their stuff to try to stop it. But the only thing they did was multiply it even more.
That's
So
right.
anytime they tried to stop the locusts, the Most High multiplied the locusts through their little magic stuff.
And they didn't really start believing it was God that come upon them until the firstborn had
Right.
really died like that. Right?
Yep.
The Passover. Right? The Lord let them know right there, hey man. And that's when they really understood what was really going on. But then by then, Pharaoh had gone mad and his heart had been hardened all the way by the Lord. He didn't care what was going on. He was going to fight and not let him go.
Yep.
This is
That's crazy, man. That's a good example.
That just goes to show you, man.
Man, if they had that kind of power to do something like that, man. Imagine prior to the flood, man. You talking about the children of fallen angels, man. Having these different powers. Y'all ever heard the story of what's that old boy's name? That the one dude, legend dude, Gilgamesh, and all them other cats. Can you imagine, man? Them fallen angels, them children having all that power before the flood.
Yeah, the giants and talking about the giants,
man. That's crazy, man. Yeah.
Well, we're not gonna.
Man.
Yeah. God. I don't think I want to bring that out just yet. You know what I mean? How?
Nah.
The story
But we don't.
And stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't really know all this because there's a lot of books that's missing and stuff. But what we do know for sure that these giants were the children of fallen angels.
Con, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Whether their names were recorded in another book somewhere, we don't know. But they were all destroyed in the flood.
Right. Let me see. What was that? Genesis 3, maybe. No, let me see something.
What are you looking for?
I was about to look up. Here it is. Now, it says, and it came to pass when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born unto men, that the sons of God, these were the angels, saw that the daughters of men. Now, if you don't believe in it, these are the angels. You can also go to the book of slug is slipping my doggone mind, but I can see it as I go. The book of Jude. If you want to go to the book of Jude, and it's in there, right, as well. We'll go there as well. It says, the Son of God saw that the daughters of men, that they were fair, and they had took them wives of all which they chose, right? So right here, we see that the sons of God saw that the daughters of men. Now, the sons of God in this particular thing, they're the angels. They took the daughters of men, and they were fair. They took them all wives of what they were choose. So you had some normal humans, and then you had the giants as well. That we're going to see that, the sons and daughters. Now, these were some normal humans, but they also went into the giants as well, which there were but you hear the stories about Gilgamesh and all that, and the giant angels and all those things that lived for all those many years, crazy stuff. And the Lord said, my spirit shall not always strive with man, for he's also flesh, yet his days shall be 120 years. There were giants in the earth in those days, and also after that, when the sons of God came into the daughters of men, that they bare children to them, the same became mighty men, which were men of old, men of renown. Now these were the giants, children right here, right, that the angels had went into, right? So the angels had went into the giants in verse 4, and then they went into the regular men, the regular sized humans in verse 2, okay, which is wild just to even think of something like that. You know what I mean? But anyways, yeah, man. I mean, we had all kinds of stuff going on back in those days. You gotta remember the angels, they were coming down, those wickedness, Salmanazar and them, they were teaching all kinds of witchcraft and the working of metals and this, that, and the third. I mean, that's why the Most High, man, he even he started to command Saul to kill all the witches in the land, because this is like backflow from all of this stuff that had come, they're coming back. I mean, Damn. Man, those 200 angels, man, they cause a lot of damage, man.
Yeah, well, that's why they're gonna get the worst punishment. Like I said in the book of Jude, you know, they've been reserved for judgment, but they were locked up. The Most High locked them boys up, man, in a deep pit and threw some rocks over them. You know, so they can't. But bring up, hey, can you bring up Enoch 15 right quick?
God.
Enoch, because it talks about, since we're on this subject, it talks about the children of the fallen angels. I believe it's Enoch 15. If you don't have it, I can pull it up right quick too.
I got it. It should be on the screen.
Go up. I think it's towards the end. Scroll
That's
down.
it right there.
Yep. All right, I'll bring that out right quick. So that kind of ties in too with the whole Saul thing. So it says now the giants who have been born of spirit and of flesh. You know, spirit's talking about those angels, fallen angels, shall be called upon the earth evil spirits. Let me read that again. Shall be called evil spirits. And on the earth shall be their habitation. Because remember, the fallen angels, they can't, you know, they were locked up. So the spirit,
they can't do nothing.
Yeah, the spirit of these the spirit of the children of the fallen angels that have been destroyed in the flood still remain in the spirit world. And on earth shall be their habitation. Evil spirits shall proceed from their flesh, because they were created from above. Now, mind you, the Most High still controls them, because remember, when you read throughout the scriptures, when the Most High says he sent the evil spirit, such and such, careful. It says, from the holy watchers was their beginning and primary foundation. Evil spirits shall they become, be upon earth. And the spirits of the wicked shall they be called. The habitation of the spirit of heaven shall be in heaven, but upon earth shall be the habitation of terrestrial spirits. Where is that talking about? It's talking about the spiritual world, who are born on earth. See, and this is why I'm telling you, Yashua, this is why you don't want to play around with the Most High. You know, it would behoove you to stay in His Word. All right. I wouldn't go like, you know, we have what we have in His Word, but you know, you got people who are go off into the deep end, and there's certain things that the Most High has locked up from us that He doesn't want us to see. And that's probably why there's books that are still missing. You know, because He knew that, you know, if brothers get to that, man, they'll just make up all kinds of doctrines.
You know, I'm gonna read this whole thing. I'm gonna read the whole 15.
Bring it out.
Right?
Bring it out.
It says, then addressing me, he spoke and said that, oh yeah, man, this is okay, Con. All right. It says, then addressing me, he spoke and said, here, neither be afraid, O righteous Enoch, thou scribe of the righteous, right? Because this is what happened, right? The angels they were asking Enoch to go to God and try to you know, you know what I'm saying? We'll try to beg forgiveness. Yeah, man.
Request pardons or something.
Man, wicked angel. That's crazy.
That's what they
yeah, man. Hear my voice. Go say to the watchers of heaven who have sent thee to pray for them, right? The watchers of heaven who have sent thee to pray for them. Imagine that the angels is asking a man to pray for them when the angels are supposed to be praying for us, right? Ridiculous, right? Oh man, y'all got the role wrong.
Well, that tells you right there, man. They were terrified because they wouldn't doing it because they were sorry. They was mad because they done made a pact, man, and they got caught.
Son, right?
They called out.
No matter whatever those camps say, man, it's right here in the scriptures of what really happened. It says, say to the watchers of heaven who have sent thee to pray for them, you ought to pray for men, not men for you. Right? Wherefore you have forsaken the lofty and holy heaven, which endures forever, and hath lain with women, have defiled yourself with the daughters of men, have taken to yourselves wives, have acted like the sons of the earth, and have begotten an impious offspring. You being spiritual, holy, and possessing a life which is eternal, have polluted yourselves with women, have begotten in carnal blood, have lusted in the blood of men, and have done as those who are flesh and blood do. These, however, die and perish. Therefore, I have given to them wives that they might cohabitate with them, that their sons might be born of them, that this may be transacted upon the earth. See, this is how the world, right? This is how the Most High, because we died now, we are now have children to pass on this same seed, to continue the life upon the earth, right? It says, but from you, the beginning, you were made spiritual, possessing a life which is eternal and not subject to death forever. Therefore, I made not wise for you, because being spiritual, your dwelling is in heaven. And I'm gonna read it, and that's what Brother Daniel read earlier, right? Salakia, right? It says, now the giants, no, Salakia, I'm gonna read 9 and 10.
Yeah, read 9
and 10. It says, the spirits of the giants shall be like clouds, which shall oppress, corrupt, fall, contend, and bruise upon the earth. So when you got these evil spirits, right, that come upon you, y'all wonder what's going on, right? Hey, this is what it is, right? The spirits of the dead hybrids, the giant angel hybrids.
That's wild,
that's crazy,
man.
Right? They shall call lamentation. No food shall they eat, and they shall be thirsty. They shall be concealed, right? Hidden, so you can't see them, right? Like ghosts. And shall not one rise up against the sons of men and against the women, for they come forth during the days of slaughter and destruction. Damn.
It's like you can't see them because it's like the Most High has got them in a certain place, like another dimension where, they can't. And that's why people got this CERN thing, man. They trying to break it. They try to break open them little portals. And those folks are crazy.
I don't know,
but
really, alone.
I know, man. Stop messing with that stuff. Stop messing with these Ouija boards. Stop messing with them divinations, because that's how people are getting jacked up.
Causing
the
the
Most
evil
High,
spirits.
The Most High did not mean for any of our people, man, to mess with that stuff, to communicate with those spirits. They locked up. They're hidden for a reason.
Man, Samuel, Samuel was annoyed when he got called up from the grave.
Man, that would have scared the mess out of me, man. Doing that mess. And he was the one who killed all the witches.
Facts.
It was his downfall, man. He totally messed up when he did that. That right there, man, sealed his, because he was so worried about losing the throne.
Yeah, it was already over with.
It was already over with, and he wanted to try one last attempt to look up, call back up Sam through a witch.
I mean, it's wild that back in the day that our people would even think that they could disobey the Most High God. Just be like, you know what, man, we're just gonna disobey God and it's gonna be okay. Like God, he has, like I know more than God. How the hell do you think you know more than God? That doesn't make any sense to me. Man, if God is instructing you and he giving you these things to do and how to rule on the throne, it's easy. Just, hey man, just do what he told you to do.
Yeah.
You don't have to,
Well, it's just like the holy angels, the watchers, man. Like they had the perfect position, man. They were immortal, So for them to lust after flesh and blood, man, that's almost equivalent to bestiality. That's like humans today, man, going into animals and stuff.
God.
You're trying to have children. I mean, that's crazy. Like how you are a created being like that. You have that kind of power, but you're willing to make a pact and risk everything for some coochie.
God.
That's crazy, man.
That's right. It says, have you noticed the scripture focuses on human women? The scriptures never mention women who are angels. Has to be a lonely life for angels. Well, I guess there are no women angels in the scriptures at all. Even when we become translated, even in this time, the scriptures say that, we're not going to be married when we get to the kingdom. It says that we're going to be as the angels are, and all the angels are male.
Well, if you think about it, man, like I guess if we think of loneliness in our state of mind, it's really it's really just a consciousness of thought, because the position that the angels had, I don't even think that even came across their minds, as far as that, because when you got that kind of spiritual powers, it's like, your duty. It's just like the angels who cry, holy, holy, 24/7, all day and night. onto the throne. And this is like the servants, the luminaries that come forth and praise the Most High and go in their rotations. It's like they only focus on one thing, and that's pleasing the Most High and obeying the Most High. So I think that
you had 200 nasty angels looking at watching men do it, and it was like, oh, I want to go down and slap me some cheeks. I don't think that was fun. Let me go down and do it.
Yeah, it wasn't the fact. I don't believe it was the fact that they felt like they were lonely. It's just that because they saw what the Most High created, and they wanted that, and it's like, come on now, how you gonna
their own sons and daughters?
You're supposed to be the watchers, man. Most High gave you an awesome position, and thank the Most High, man, that angels like Gabriel and Michael didn't fall to that mess, Man.
That's man, God's like, man, I made you because you don't need to, well, the angels, they can do whatever they want. And what I'm saying? We can, I'm pretty sure they can shapeshift to whatever they want. As we've seen like plenty of times in the scriptures that they can just do whatever they want to do. Come hidden, come dressed as a man, become giant. A lot of them are, super huge, or, some could become giants. It's all the things. It's a lot of, I guess they can just do what they want. They got a spiritual body. Hold up. Let me find something in Baruch and show like the powers of the spiritual body real quick. Go ahead. I'll take over.
Yeah. But no, man, that's just wild, and because of that, they really messed up. Man, they really messed man up big time, and it even said in let me see if I can find that right quick. Jasher. I think it's 4. It's where the Most High closed the mouth of the animals and everything.
Yeah, that was a good one right there.
Yeah, what was that? It might be 14 or something like that, but I want to find it. But it's in there. I'll have to look for it. But Azazel, he was one of the chief angels of the Holy Watchers and everything. Man, they were teaching man all kinds of stuff. How to make weapons, swords, iron, blacksmith work, the cutting of roots, magicians, all kinds of stuff. Which led to a lot of downfall. The mantras, the hand signs, and just all kinds of wickedness. But just imagine, man, if the Most High had a perfect union, and if those angels did not do what they did and they didn't fall, and if man didn't fall, man, this would be a utopia. But because of that, the Most High is letting all these things happen throughout the centuries. And to us, it seems like a long time because it's been thousands of years. But you got to understand, though, that a 1,000 years to us is only a day to the Most High. So, it just seems like a long time for us, because of the lifespan and because of this, where we are. Everything, because the average lifespan for us was about 75 years. If you really take good care of yourself, you could probably push 90. And that's it, man. But that's like a flinch, though. That's like an even blink to the Most High. So imagine being wicked, man. So just imagine living for hundreds of years being wicked. Most High had to destroy them. Them dudes, man, living almost to 1,000 years, man. Living 600 plus years, man, being wicked.
Man, imagine that, man. That'll be, man. Come on, brother. That's crazy.
Like, how do you atone for all that, man? But just imagine, man. You played a guitar. You played some kind of instrument, man, for over 600 years. You know how good you'll be. Think if you was a warrior, man. Yeah, think if you was a warrior, man, for like 400 something years. Like your sword swinging skills, man, would be just insane.
Man, just imagine how amazing it's going to be, man, when we get to the kingdom, man. When you think about it,
man, these jokers probably Man, he's probably joking with like these animes, man. He'll probably flying through the air, man, twisting and turning, flipping, kind of stuff.
You're gonna have a spiritual body. As soon as I can pull up this scripture, man, my brain.
What scripture you looking for?
Hold on, I'm about to pull it up. Somewhere in my thumbing through these scriptures. Somewhere I know somewhere in a second Baruch. It was telling you how like your spiritual body be able to transform and you can shoot across the sky like see it sound like some superhero crap. It sounds like some just hold up, let me find it. It's somewhere in here. It's like Israel. So many scriptures.
I know, man. Let me share something right quick.
All right, Brother Daniel talking your head off. Let me see. I'm
gonna go somewhere right quick.
God.
I'm gonna show one of the verses I like to bring out, man. 62. Let me show you what Hamashiach, man. Come on, because you made me think of something too, man, when you said about the spiritual body stuff, man, and what it's gonna look like. So this is one of my favorite verses I like to read, and when this is when the Hamashiach is gonna come back. It says, all the kings, the princes, the exalted, and those who rule over the earth shall fall down on their faces before him and shall worship him. What are you talking about? So let's see what it says. And it says, they shall fix their hopes on the son of Adam. The son of Adam. This is talking about Hamashiach. They shall fix their hopes on this son of Adam, shall pray to him and petition him for mercy. All right. And it says, then shall Yahweh Sabaoth hasten to expel them from his presence. Their faces shall be full of confusion, and their faces shall darkness cover. The angels shall take them to punishment, that vengeance may be inflicted on those who have oppressed his children and his elect. Read that part again. That vengeance may be inflicted on those who have oppressed his children and his elect. All right, so about those who've been keeping the commandments, man, and those who been persecuted for it. And they shall become an example to the God of Shem and to his elect. Through them shall these be made joyful. Meaning that, man, we're gonna have peace. Because then, we as a people, man, we've been through 7 captivities. All right. And it's like we're almost like what Jeremiah says, are we a homeborn slave? What's going on with our people? But man, when the end finally comes, man, it's going to be a joyous time, especially for those who are keeping the commandments. It says, for the angel of Yahweh Sabaoth shall rest upon them. All right. Meaning that, man, we're not going to know what to do with ourselves, man. Like when you've been in captivity for so long, man, freedom feels like a curse almost, because it's like you don't know what, like we've been in captivity for so long, we've been in submission for so long, It just, man, when Hamashiach comes back, man, it's going to seem like a fairy tale. It's going to seem like something out of a sci-fi movie. Yeah, we're not. I'm serious, man. We're not going to know what's going on, man. We're going to be like, man, is this real? It says, then the sword of Yahweh Sabaoth shall be drunk with the blood. Remember what it talks about in Revelation, man, that the blood will be up to the horse's bridle? That's the precepts. It says, but the God of Shem and elect shall be safe in that day, nor the face of the sinners and the wicked shall they thenceforward behold. Man, that's powerful, man. That is powerful. And this goes along with that verse, man, where it says that the blood will be up to the horse's bridle. So this is why we like to bring these out, man, because it really pays, man, to be faithful unto the Most High. Hang in there, Yasharel. You got it. You really, this walk is not easy. It's going to get tough for a lot of our people, especially for those of you who are trying to keep the laws and commandments with all your heart, mind, and soul. That's going to be a day, man, when that happens. You got anything out?
No, man. I'm just looking for the doggone scripture, man.
I'm trying to remember if I ever saw that verse before.
No, I saw. I just cannot remember, man. You know how it is. Sometimes you glance at something, you be like, oh yeah, I should
When we get
marked that down.
when we get offline, guess what? You'll probably remember.
That's exactly what's going to happen, man. That's exactly what's going to happen.
It wasn't the verse. It wasn't the verse that was right after that same verse was talking about the walls of Jerusalem came down, was it? How the angels brought the walls of Jerusalem down?
Nah, man. I'm gonna come up with it.
Wasn't that? Yeah.
No, it was literally just speaking about how it was going to be in the kingdom, and the kind of things you'll be able to do with your spiritual body. I've read it before here. I've read it before. The Hebrews have heard it before. I know they've had. If y'all know it down there in the comment section, man, y'all go ahead and put it down, especially if you have the Sefer Bible. Y'all should.
Yeah, you got me wanting to find it now, so because I think I remember you talked about that. You sure it was Baruch?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Baruch, man.
And not
what, Maccabees 4? Nah.
No, that's not Maccabees. I was thinking.
It's like Israel always got Brother Daniel going on these wild goose chases, man.
That's okay. I'm gonna try to find it, man.
God.
Maybe it was in Baruch.
I'm thinking it was, man.
Let's see. It had to be second Baruch or something like that.
Oh yeah, there it is. I got it. I found it. Yeah, I was looking at it the whole time. I thought I had it highlighted, man. That's the problem. That's the reason. Yeah, I was looking at it the whole time, man.
Was it in Baruch?
Yeah, it's in Baruch. Yeah, it's in Baruch.
What Baruch? I'll go ahead and pull it up right quick then. What Baruch?
Baruch 2.
Baruch 2. What chapter?
Chapter 51.
Oh, okay, let me
start at verse 7.
You said second Baruch?
Yeah, second Baruch 51. It's lucky Israel. It took me a minute to find this junk, man.
You said start verse 51?
I'm gonna start at verse 7. Start at verse 7.
Oh, okay.
All right, there, right there, boom. All right, it says, we're gonna read down to like I think it's like 11 or 12, right?
All right, break it out.
All right, come on. All right, so it says, but those who have been saved by their works, right, and to whom the Torah has been now a hope and understanding and expectation and wisdom, a confidence shall wonders appear in their time. For they shall behold the world which is now invisible to them, and they shall behold the time which is now hidden from them. A time shall no longer age them, right? And time shall no longer age them. For in the heights of the world, go ahead, pull it up.
Yep.
It says, for in the heights of the world shall they dwell, and they shall be made like unto the angels, and shall be made equal to the stars, and they shall be changed from every form they desire, right? From beauty into loveliness, and from light into the splendor of glory. So this means that you will have the ability to do whatever. You can change your body to whatever you want to. Shapeshifter part, force, etc. Right? So angels can do this here, which is why I was saying that, it's possible for the angels to have a private part, right? And so it says, we should be made like unto the angels and be made equal to the stars, that they shall be changed into every form they desire, from beauty into loveliness, and from light into splendor of glory. For there shall be spread before them the extent of paradise, and there shall be known to them the beauty of majesty of the living creatures which are beneath the throne, and all their armies of the angels who are now held fast by my word, lest they should appear and are held fast by a command that may stand in their places till their event comes. Scroll on up.
All right.
It's a little short little chapter right here. It says, moreover shall then be excellency in the righteous surpassing that in the angels. For the first shall receive the last, those whom they were expecting, and the last, those of whom they shall use to hear, they shall be passed away. But they have been delivered from this world of tribulation and laid down the burden of anguish. For what then have men lost their life, and for what have those who were on the earth exchanged their soul? Meaning, like, if I'm keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, right? What is it that I have died for, right? What is it that I get? And it just tells you up above that you get that particular spiritual body. Hey, go ahead, scroll up. I think it's like one or two more verses. I think. All right, I think that's the last one. All right, Sluck it.
Yeah, that's the last one.
It says, for what then have men lost their life? And for what have those who were on the earth exchanged their soul? For then they chose not for themselves this time, which beyond the reach of anguish could not pass away, but they chose for themselves that time which issues are full of lamentations and evils, and they deny the world which ages not those who come to it. And they reject the time of glory, which they shall not come to the honor of which I told you before. Right? So that's powerful. Right? So it says that, if you keep the law, statutes, and commandments, right, you're going to get a body that you're going to be able to, you can change shape, do whatever the hell you want to with. Right? But those that don't believe in the Lord, those that don't keep the faith, right, you're going to be selfish anguish and evils and lamentations because you have rejected the time of glory. Right? And you're not going to come to that honor and get those promises that we read about before in the earlier scriptures. So, like I said, like we was talking about earlier about those angels, man, I don't know, it's hard to understand how they I'm not messing that up, man, for some woman. I'm not for anything. I don't know. It's wild, man. It seems like the Most High even put women here to test angels, right? Nothing the Most High gives you is free. You have to willingly keep God's law.
You're right.
Willingly obey God.
Right.
God is not in the business of making you. He's not forcing you to do anything. It's either you obey or you die. I mean, look how greatest thing that he can give you is life.
That's right, man. Look how long they had to hold Moshe's arms up, man, during battles. Man,
yeah. Every time he let them down, they would get killed.
I know, man.
Yeah.
Man.
Wow, man.
Yeah, buddy.
Okay, Israel. You got anything else, brother?
No, man. I think that's it. We'll let the brews get back to the Shabbat. We'll get back to the Shabbat.
All right, Israel. And before we leave, we'll leave y'all with a little one more funny clip for the day.
Go ahead and bring it out, man.
Yeah, you don't play that. Hey, this is right. This is Western Christianity, Israel. Right. This is how they're looking at us nowadays. We gotta stop the madness.
That's right. Receive this word, white man. That's right. You celebrate Christmas, don't you, brother? Yes, you do. That is a white holiday. White holiday? Black power. Black is power. Black power. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. Black is power. Black is power. Oh, man. Brother, can I speak to you, please, man? Lost another one. Do you feel as this is right? Yeah, this is my girl, bro. Boys, you need to come join us, bro. That's right. You need to come join us. That's right. That's right.
We are not equal.
We are. That's right. Our ancestors did not live for this. That's right. Poison. 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 You will not stop our brothers or sisters from the Constitution. That's right. That's right. I'd rather be in the cell than to be in hell. That's right. Free man. Free man. Free man. Free man. Free man. Free man. That's right. John in the window, chapter 16. That's right. A white man will beneath emancipated souls. That's right. That's right.
How can I help, sir?
I do not need help. I will assist myself. What form of payment for this, please?
Easy for you.
Is it because my skin is black?
We out here bringing our people back to the law, statutes, and commandments, man. We do not follow rules made by white men. We do not follow rules made by white men. You are not a sister, and you will not proceed to be a sister.
I'm sorry.
That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right.
There you go. Wow.
That's right. Who is your master? Who is your master? What y'all doing after that? Is that the part of something?
This part is funny, man.
What's your name?
That's something they'll do too. That's exactly
Alrighty,
something
bro.
they do.
God, man.
You crazy, man. You got to
Man.
play that thing again.
All right, Israel. I think that's about it for us. We wish y'all a happy and a glorious and a blessed Shabbat by the grace of the Most High. Let us see y'all next week. Same time, same place again.
All right. So we're going to bid you a hearty Shabbat Shalom.
And stay strong, Israel. Stay strong.
Yes, sir.